welcome to another episode of the Bias Football Takes podcast. I'm your resident Arsenal fan, Obina. Um, what episode number is this, Sean?
This should be episode 25 of second season.
Wow, we've gone that far.
Yeah, we've gone really far.
Yeah, no, shout out to you. Shout out to our listeners. Thank you very much for listening, you guys. Um, Before we jump in, Sean, what's new with you? What's happening?
Hello, everyone. My name is Oluwaseun Winsala. At least let me greet everybody first before you jump into things that you want to talk about. I am your great uncle of the great club, the greatest football club in the world, Manchester United.
That's funny.
I'm happy to be back.
That's funny.
So what's the question? What do you want to ask me?
No. First of all, I'd just like to correct something. You said the greatest football club in the world. We all know that's fact. That's not correct. We all know that. First of all, historically, you are not even the greatest club in Manchester. Or at least over the past 5 years, you're not the greatest club in Manchester.
So Manchester City is greater than everyone, right?
No. Than Manchester United, yes.
On what's it called? On what parameter metrics?
Like I said, why did I ever say 5 years? Past 10 years, trophies won.
No problem. At least at some point they called us greatest, right?
I don't know who did.
Greatest in Manchester, greatest in the northern hemisphere of England, greatest in England. You know, one of the greatest clubs in the world, at least, right? They just added greatest at some point. Please tell me
who did.
Tell me.
No,
at least in some quarters. Tell me if your club has been attributed to greatness before, at any point.
Yes.
At any point in their setup. Tell me when.
That's the greatest club in London, which is the most important city in England.
Chelsea is greater than your club.
No.
Anyway, they have more Champions League than you do.
It's Champions League. I mean, Nottingham Forest has Champions League, so
it shows that they're greater than you.
That's a funny one. Anyway,
they're picking up greatness.
Let's jump right into the show. So this week we will, go over the review of the games from the past weekend, and then news coming out of Germany is that Xabi Alonso, who is on course to lead by Leverkusen to the Bundesliga, will not be joining Bayern Munich, and in fact will be staying at Leverkusen for at least one more season. And then we'll talk about another coach who is, I guess, making a name for himself and is being linked to other teams. And I'm speaking of no other person but Roberto Zerbi. And then we will do a deep dive into City versus Arsenal. And for me, it was a defensive masterclass by Arsenal, but obviously, because it's Arsenal, so many people have negative things to say about it. So we'll talk about that game, and then any other topics that we just want to bring up on the fly.
Then we'll talk about the Manchester United Chelsea game that's going to happen as we're about to record.
Yes. So from this weekend, we had Newcastle West Ham. What an exciting game that was.
Yeah.
Newcastle ended up winning 4-3. And I guess we'll dive into that game more in depth.
Yes.
Bournemouth beat Everton 2-1. Chelsea Burnley 2-2. Chelsea can't seem to just
catch a break.
Yeah. Hopefully they do today though. But Nottingham Forest Palace 1-1. Sheffield Fulham 3-3. Spurs Luton 2-1. Villa Wolves 2-0. Brentford United 1-1. And then on Sunday, Liverpool beat Brighton 2-1 with the great comeback. And then Man City Arsenal 0-0. So which games
And there
'Cause-
were also some games midweek. Don't forget those games.
Oh, that's right. Well, okay, yeah, that's fair. That's
Yeah,
fair.
it's a lot of football.
Yeah, I guess it's the end of the season and everyone has to play out the games. So yes, on Tuesday, Newcastle Everton 1-1, Forest beat Fulham 3-1, Bournemouth beat Palace 1-0, Burnley Wolves 1-1, West Ham Spurs 1-1. Then Wednesday, Arsenal of course beat Luton 2-0, City beat Villa 4-1. And then on Thursday,
No,
Liverpool.
Brighton.
Oh yes, Brighton
Brentford,
dropped
Brighton. Yeah,
0-0. Yes. And then Sheffield, Liverpool, Sheffield, and then Chelsea United being played on Thursday. So of
as
all
we're
these,
recording.
yeah,
Yeah.
what caught your attention?
Um, I think before about the big game of the weekend, Arsenal or City Arsenal. Um, I watched Newcastle West Ham, and that game was just ridiculous because it started from West Ham were really playing where they had a game, they had Newcastle at the place where they want them to be, but something just changed with that nonsense call for penalty. That penalty was ridiculous because
No,
I don't know
if you
how.
remember, if you because it was 1-0 to Newcastle, then
Yes,
West Ham came and then they were 3-1 up.
3-1 up. Yes,
Yes.
yes. So that second penalty was ridiculous. Like I don't understand where that came from, because and these are one of the things I've said since last season to this season. Like this officiating is just horrible. Because why would somebody facing outside wants to clear the ball and somebody just jumps into the ball, and obviously he's already in the motion. He cannot just stop his leg because he's not even seeing him coming on his blind side and call the penalty. Like it's just ridiculous. Ridiculous, but it's what it is. But I knew at that point that the game was going to change because it's going to affect. There's no way it's going to affect you, and it just happened that West Ham just lost their heads. I would say they lost their head. Newcastle just switched back on, and that kind of thing. Football is very emotional and very I won't say spiritual, but you just have to you need to feel it as a player. You can feel it that okay, these people are like in a very like they are shaky because after the penalty, Newcastle couldn't come out of their box. They
West Ham
couldn't
you
come
made.
out. Sorry, West Ham couldn't come out of their box, and I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. Even though
Yeah.
West Ham had like one or two chances through Sushek, I don't know what he was trying to
At the
do
very end, you wanted to chest
at the
it in.
very end. He wanted to chase the ball like, okay, use your head. You are known for using your head, but
Yeah. No, so that was a very interesting game because I think it all started with Calvin Phillips. The guy just has really bad luck. Um, Obviously West Ham they're a very very good counter-attacking team. They soak up pressure, and then they have very good technical players. Ward Prowse,
yeah,
Paqueta, and then Antonio,
Kudus,
Kudus, Bowen. So Kudus he's phenomenal now, and the good thing about him is that he can run and he can also carry the ball. So like you can
yeah,
go long with him, and he can muscle defenders. Same thing with Antonio. But Kudus can dribble through the midfield, like dribble past opponents and drive directly to the defending team's goal. So they were playing very well, and then also, St. James Park is a very tough place to go to when the fans are feeling it. Like they can be very, very noisy, and that can destabilize whatever game plan you have. It's kind of like Anfield when like I don't know if you heard that thing when Gary Neville was like I think it was Gary Neville that like sometimes you just it's just red. No, it was Arteta. Sorry, you just see red. Like
oh
you can't
yeah,
process
yeah,
what's going on there
yeah.
because of the atmosphere. Like, I
Yeah.
think St. James Park is like that because I remember when Arsenal went to Newcastle, like it was such a not this season, last season. It was such a difficult like game because the fans were up for it, and it was like they literally had the 12th man on the pitch with them.
Yeah,
So that was a good game. There were some really good goals in that match too.
yeah, very good goals. Very
Yeah,
good goals.
what's his name? Harvey Barnes scored some fantastic
Yeah, that
goals.
was a good goal.
So that was a good match, and then Which other game caught my eyes from this weekend?
Chelsea Burnley.
Chelsea, they just can't seem to
Because
like.
it's ridiculous. They
Yeah,
were coasting.
yeah,
They
yeah.
were coasting okay, the penalty came, that was good. And they were coasting, they were playing really well. And the
Yeah,
goal just came out of nowhere.
yeah,
Consider the first one, okay, no problem. You have second half, you have like time to they scored first, 2-1. Okay, finish the game.
yeah.
Like man, it's just those
Nah.
people,
But
they
then
are cost.
watch them beat United. But anyway, that's fine. Then Spurs Luton again. I keep saying this about Tottenham. I keep saying this about Tottenham. They know how to stay in games. I said this at the beginning of the season that there has to be something with the way Postecoglou conditions these players to where, excuse me, they seem to come alive in the second half. They seem to have more energy. They attack more in the second half, and by then it seems like other teams have just lost their legs and can't withstand the pressure because Tottenham they score a lot of late goals and they come back from and win the game late into the match. So well done, Postecoglou, for
Hold on,
that.
hold on. Release his private parts. Just release his private parts. I don't understand. Did you
What
watch
do
his game
you?
against? Did you watch his game against West Ham?
No. Wait, I
If
was
that's
talking
what
about
you're saying,
the
I'm just
Luton
telling
game.
you, your
Wait,
your your principle is not. It doesn't even make any sense. You know why?
yes,
Because
they
wait now,
drew.
wait against West Ham, they were ridiculous. West Ham should have beaten them. That's how
Uh,
bad they were.
no. Actually, it was a very that was an open game. That
Open
was an
game,
open
okay,
game because
against West Ham.
it was end to yeah because Spurs had a lot of chances now. It was end to end, but
Okay.
no. It was end to end, but
Just release his private parts. Allah is do it small.
no,
He
dude.
leaves up for his wife
Come
because
on, man.
hold on. See,
You shouldn't be cracking such jokes after we know what happened. After this is in jail. Come on, man. Come
but
on,
see
man.
this. The thing is, I get what you are saying, but that is not the hallmarks of a great club. A club that wants to win championship. A club that
But
wants to
they're
win
not going to
trophies.
win it this season. No. But you also have to
Regardless,
no.
I get what wait now. I get what you are
Appreciate
saying.
good coaches. That's what I'm saying. That's why you guys don't
That's
have
not
any.
good coaching. That's not good coaching because why can't you start from the first whistle, blow of the whistle, and play consistently throughout? Because it is very possible if you meet a team that is like they have your time, if they score like 7 goals in the first half, you don't see them come back in second half. Like the thing is, I get stay in the game, but you cannot do that every time. Like
No,
once in
that's
a while it happens. But when that's the way you play from the beginning to the end for like 10 games, come on now. So look, let me ask you a question. Just be sincere, don't lie. You've just finished Lent. I mean, and Jesus Christ died for us on Friday and rose on Monday. Don't lie. Do not lie. You as a fan, right? Will you want that? Will you want your team playing that way
I'm not a
every
Tottenham.
time?
That's why I'm not a Tottenham fan.
No. I'm just asking. I'm just asking. I'm
No,
not
of
saying you're a
course,
Tottenham fan.
no, of course not. But
Exactly.
at the same
So
time, we all know that Tottenham is not going to. They're not competing for the league at least this season,
okay.
right?
You
So
just like the manager. That's why you're saying things like this.
no,
Okay, that
no.
makes
Whether
sense.
you like it or not, he's a good coach. He has won in other leagues, and
Okay,
he's fighting for the top four. Any coach that can make their team fight for the top four in the Premier League, that's a good coach in my book, man.
okay.
I'm just telling. I'm just okay.
I know your standard is low, but I understand. It's fine. It's fine. I know your standard is low. Your standard is low. That's why you're an Arsenal fan. But let's move on, Sha. Let's move on. So
okay.
Tottenham, yeah,
Okay.
those ones. I didn't have anything to say. I've said anything about them, so I don't. I don't mean because Luton Town, how's Luton Town carrying you like that? How are they carrying you to places that you don't want to be as a big club? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Honestly, that's ridiculous. And they were home, right?
Spurs was at home, yes. So,
Imagine your own house. Luton Town, I understand is very difficult to play when they are at home. But you're in your house, your own backyard, and you're pressing them for that. Just
how many games was United won at home?
this is my problem with discussing football with some of you people.
No.
Like we are talking about one team, we are bringing another team.
Yeah, no, because you are saying that is ridiculous in their own home. So charity begins at
How
home.
many?
Your team.
How many Champions League Arsenal won? Since
No,
we are bringing information that is not needed.
no, it is
Asking question that is
needed.
not
It
needed in
is
the conversation.
needed. No, Arsenal's won none, but that we were robbed in 06. But that's fine.
Okay, you were up in 06.
Yes.
Okay, no problem. The next one that caught my eye, I think, Aston Villa Wolves. We just, I don't think anything happened in that game. Just regular. Oh, Sheffield United Fulham. That was a crazy game.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a very crazy game. I don't know what's wrong with Fulham. Well, I guess it's because it's the end of the season. A lot of these teams are like because they're in a very good position. They're like, you know what?
They know where they'll end up. Like they are
Yeah,
flying
they're not really putting the efforts into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have 39. Fulham has 39 points. So they need just one more point to
be safe.
quote unquote, yeah, be in safety. So I guess they're like just in the draw. Okay, that makes sense. Well, Brentford United. I don't think there's anything new that needs to be said because I remember telling in the last episode where United played Liverpool and beat Liverpool. I told the person I came, Chike, that game it was more of a spirited performance. It wasn't anything about tactics. It was more of like let's throw the kitchen, let's throw everything that we have in the kitchen into it and let's see if something will stick. And that's what was made us beat Liverpool. And I guess because they beat us 7-0, we didn't want that to repeat itself. So we needed that kind of performance, quote unquote. And of course, we went back to our regular programming of struggling against all types of teams, be it relegation, be it championship,
Brentford is a tough
League
team.
One.
Brentford is a tough team.
I know it's a tough team, but there's no reason why after scoring that goal, although Brentford played,
They pressed you guys. What are you talking about?
So we the first like 15 minutes we kind of played. We played our football. Okay, play. I was like, okay, I'm enjoying it. All of a sudden, game changed and we just lost
guys
handle on the game.
They pressed you guys. Yo, I think they hit the post like 3 times, right?
Yeah.
Like,
so they outplayed us in that game, and I feel like it would have been unfair. Which I mean I don't care as a United fan. I don't care. Win still the win, but if we had won, it would have been unfair to Brentford because they outplayed us. They really played us. We couldn't play anything. To be sincere, we couldn't play anything. We couldn't play anything. But that goal that they scored, there's no a top club shouldn't be considering that kind of goal.
Yeah, you don't leave after being ahead, after going ahead in the way you guys went ahead, leaving somebody at the edge of the box like that at that time in the match. That's a shame actually.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny about that goal? So before the goal came, the defense were the ones holding the team now.
Yeah.
Like the defense really defended well. I don't know what happened. I don't know what the instruction was. Everybody was on a straight line for that goal. So when the guy got the ball and he dragged all of them inwards.
Ivan Toney?
Yes, when he dragged everybody inwards, all of them went inwards. All of them. Like I don't know what kind of defending is that. After doing really well throughout the game,
they had tactics
inwards, and of course, when everybody goes inward, the most sensible thing to do is pass the ball out because of course there'll be like 3 people that will be free. The ball's going to get one of them, and of course, when you have that kind of opportunity, you have to bury it. But kudos to Brentford. United are still in the same quagmire. United was given a little lifeline by Tottenham drawing in the last game. They played. Who did they play again? They played
West Ham.
Yeah, they drew West Ham. So, which Tottenham should have lost that game. They should, but I don't know what's wrong with Tottenham. I don't know what's wrong with West Ham. They should because they don't play anything after their first goal. They did not play anything at all. It was all West Ham. It was all West Ham. But they gave United a lifeline, and also Aston Villa gave them a lifeline again by losing ridiculously to City, which it was coming because City beat them the first leg, so they needed something to get back.
Villa beat them first half.
Yeah, I've said that. Sorry, Aston Villa beat City first leg 1-0, so they needed something. They needed the reply, which was a good game for City. For the three goals. I saw most of the game, but it was good. It was good.
So really quickly, there's something funny about that Aston Villa game.
Which one?
Um,
Against
but
City?
yeah, but we can talk about it later on when we talk about when I bring up the Arsenal City game. Um, but actually, I'll just make the point and then maybe I can elaborate more. It's funny how we see everyone was criticizing Arsenal for playing such defensive haram football, and then Villa went and they tried to play expansive, attacking type football, and they collected 4-1, right? So like at the end of the day, you have to do what is best for your team and what will secure you the most points. And
Do you want to reply for that?
well done to Ateta for yeah.
Oh, okay. So, United fans, I would say half of United fans, not all of them, because half of them are like, I don't know
Delusional.
what they talk about.
Yeah.
Half of United fans have been saying this since 2009. Actually, not 2009. Oh, that's too far. After 2012,
Mhm.
2013, 14, we're saying this since that we are meeting a team in the caliber of City, Barcelona,
Arsenal.
Madrid, Arsenal, please. Barcelona. There's a way you have to play. We'll be saying these things. But you know what? You know why that statement, what you just said, is very, very, I would say, hypocritical. Arsenal fans will be the one to come out and say, "Oh, you have to play the kind of football you play. How can you be a big team and be defending against
That's
City?
not
You have to come out."
that's not true. Do you want to know why?
Wait now, wait.
Okay.
And I don't know why, if something happened in the past and the fans have come out and tell you guys that this is what is happening, no, you guys will not accept it until you guys face it. And you not start crying that, oh, we don't have enough to play this team. We're not this is the same statement you guys made about City. That's the same thing, no, about City having better score than you guys. And a lot of Liverpool has said it, United has said it, but you would not accept. But because you are facing it now, all of you are crying all over the internet. When United played Liverpool at Anfield, I remember vividly, we won 1-0 under Mourinho. The whole of footballing world said that's not how you play football. That is anti-football. You cannot be defending. You have to come out if you're a top club. Against Liverpool in Anfield, the team that came
So
out against Liverpool Anfield conceded 7 goals last season. So you have to
Ah,
understand. You have to understand the complexion of the game. You have to feel the game. You have to
that's
understand your
so
your
you
your
and I
strong
are actually
points.
we agree on this. I'm not disagreeing with you. I hope you know
Yes,
that.
but my point is, when Arsenal faces something that a team in the past has faced and has spoken about, you guys always dismiss it. But when it's not your turn, you not start crying. That's my
That's
that's
not
my
true.
problem. That's my
So
problem.
that is
100%.
okay.
Hold on. 100%. I support how Arsenal played against City the last time you guys met. Because that's the only way. Because in the past 9 meetings, you guys have not won any game. You only scored 2 goals to their maybe like 22 goals.
No, we
So
beat
there's no
them.
way.
We beat them. Hold on.
No, in their house, not in competition, in their house, in EPL. So there's no way you now see that record and say, oh, I want to throw everything out. I want to play expansive football. I want to play progressive football. No, there is always history. Maybe once in a while you might have like one off, but there's always history. So Arsenal has only scored 2 goals to their 20-something goals, and you guys have not won any game there. So what magic do you want to not perform to say you want to go and beat them in their house?
No, we'll talk about the game later. More about the game later on. All right, Zerbi really quickly. So um, it's sorry, Xabi Alonso.
Alonso, yeah.
Bayer Leverkusen is now 13 points clear of Bayern Munich. So, from all indications, the league is going to be theirs.
Well,
Sorry,
if
no,
by
sorry.
by
Yeah,
any miracles.
right. By any source. No, in fact, you have to be very successful, and they're also unbeaten this season
Yes.
in the league. So he's doing a fantastic job. Now, obviously, as is the case with many other top managers, once you do well with the team and you upset one of the big boys to win the league, they start to come. Other teams start to come for you quickly. And with Klopp leaving Liverpool, and Alonso having been a former Liverpool player, he was heavily linked to Liverpool. He was also heavily linked to Bayern Munich, which obviously takes everything big in Germany, whether player or manager. And also, so he was linked with Bayern Munich because he also played there. So there are multiple ties, or he has ties to them as well. And then he was also linked to Real Madrid because he also played there, had a successful career there, and in fact, you know, he's also Spanish. So with all these big teams circling around, it was a shock to pretty much everyone when he said.
Not me, not me, not me.
Which is why I said pretty much everyone, because I know you're an anomaly.
No, not. I mean, if you okay, continue. I will tell you why I said not me.
No. Of course, it makes sense for him to stay one more season to build himself. But to most pundits, how about that? They felt that he should have made the move. So, what are your thoughts on it? What are your thoughts on Xabi
I
Alonso?
mean,
Well,
my thoughts already.
first of all, what are your thoughts on his performance this season, and then him announcing that he'll still stay at Leverkusen?
He's doing extremely well. He's probably even overachieving at this point, and it's a testament to sometimes you have to start very very low and work your way up to the top. And it's not. It's I would say is a is an example of believing in yourself, believing in your tactics, believing in your players, believing in your squad, and also the hierarchy, believing and keying into what you want to do. Because last season they were good, but they were not this good. And I
Yeah,
guess
they finished fourth last season. When he
yes,
joined them, they were at the bottom.
they were at the bottom. Yes, so it took his time to bring them up, and they were not this. They were good, but they were not this good. So now that they're very good, I know I've been saying it. I said in the past that if I'm Xabi Alonso, I would not leave yet. I would do at least one more season after winning the league. So the job starts. Like it's so easy to aspire to get to the top because there's motivation. If you have not been on the top before, you are motivated to like experience, go into new territories, new experiences, and that adrenaline, that drive will be the one to propel you forward. Now the work now starts from winning. After you finish winning, the next morning is where the real job starts. That's where the real pressure starts. Now everybody knows that is good. So next season will be when, okay, if you draws a game, you'll be like, oh, what's going on? If you lose a game, you'll be like, oh, he's not even that good that we think he is. So but there is, I would say an excuse, but there's like a wiggle room for him because he's at Bayer Leverkusen. They'll be like, okay, Bayer Leverkusen, they're not historically a big team or a team that wins titles, right? So there's a room for him to get acclimatized to losing after winning, learning his trade with that kind of experience and finding his way out with little or no. I mean, there'll be pressure now because all eyes will be on him. But it will be a different type of pressure if you are going to a place like Madrid or Liverpool. So I feel like it's a very, very good decision. I applaud him for taking that step. Stay one more season, learn your trade, learn how to lose, and learn how to come out of your losing streak. Because I give an example, Ole. When Ole took over at United, at the beginning he was winning. Yeah, like I think I had like 12 games that he didn't lose. Then he started losing. He couldn't stop the loss. So that's one thing that you need to learn as a manager. Stopping that rot, stopping that downward spiral because you need to know how to motivate your players back up. So I 100% applaud him, and I said it that he should not leave yet. One more season, then you can go.
I agree with you. Like it's great that he's staying. To one, improve himself, challenge himself some more, um, and then also give teams that if he is going to go to a team, he can now start to have more leverage and say, okay, these are the type of players that I want. This is the pedigree of football that, and you can see that it's a winning strategy.
Formula. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then clubs will now. So he will go whichever team he ends up going to. He will go there with the upper hand, and can make big, decisive decisions on the type of players to bring, recruitment, team structure, all the way from academy to senior level, those kinds of things. So I think it's a very good move on his part. But really quickly, where do you think he'll end up going to of these three teams, or possibly more, if you think that he might end up somewhere else?
I honestly, me personally, I wish it goes to Madrid, because if you look at the philosophy of all the teams that are interested in him, Madrid is the closest to what he plays right now. If he goes to Liverpool, the way those players play are like different from the way he plays. I mean, it's kind of similar because everybody presses, quote unquote, but the positioning, like the team, he plays like three at the back, then he switches over to like five, moving forward. The fullbacks are the ones doing the job, which is similar to Liverpool, but the way they do the is very, very different because those fullbacks are even scoring too. They're not just creating.
They
So
score
there's
a lot of
different.
goals.
They
Yeah.
score a lot of goals. So uh, and it's a little bit chaotic sometimes, but it works out for them because if you see in their past, I think 3 games they've come from behind and it's too
They've
chaos.
been coming from behind,
Yeah.
even they've been coming from behind, man, and it's crazy because sometimes if somebody who listens to this show, sometimes he'll text me, say, okay, it's today that Leverkusen will lose, and
No.
then all of a sudden,
Just them
we'll
come
check
back.
in on the match 2-1,
Yeah. Yeah.
3-2.
So yeah, so yeah, I feel Madrid will be a good fit. But in the end, like if you're a you're a good coach. If they take you to Saudi Arabian League, you show your worth. But then yeah, Madrid should be a good place for him. But I feel like he's a Spaniard, so
Yeah.
most likely Madrid will be on top of his list. But after Madrid, I don't think he won't Bayern. I don't think he won't Bayern
The thing is,
because
one thing I appreciate and really like about his coaching, well, his career and also his pedigree is that he was coached by pretty much the best coaches
yes,
you could
yeah,
find,
yeah.
and the position he was playing, he was not one of those players who would run around a lot, So he was more of a cerebral player where like he was dictating the pace of the game from midfield. You understand? So
Yeah.
I think those types of players, they they have more insights, or they can provide more insight into the game because playing from the middle, you get to see both the defensive side and the attacking side. You can structure the team, organize the team. So that's why I think he players like him. I wouldn't Pirlo. His coaching results haven't been that impressive for me. His coaching results haven't been impressive for me. But I think generally midfielders are positioned to be great coaches because of the way they play the game, as opposed to say a goalkeeper or a left wing. Look at Gary Neville now. But anyway, I just had to do that. Sorry.
But you know why that's. I mean, ordinarily, yes, as a midfielder, you should have a better understanding of the game because you can see everything. But I think it's more also of
Of course, of course, of course.
personality, and even in class, the teacher will teach all of us the same thing. One person will know more than everybody else. So if you like be a midfielder, be the best midfielder in the world, if you're not a good manager, not a good manager, because there are a lot of factors that goes into that.
Yeah, of
Uh,
course.
or your understanding of the game, the tactics you want to use, the formation, then being lucky to be able to have that, I would say, talent to sporting talent, because that's really, really important too. Because
Yeah.
sometimes some of the managers, they don't know how to spot, they don't know how to buy players. They just buy players and they just buy rubbish. So, but that's good though. Alonso is one of those players that I wish played for United when he was at Liverpool, Madrid, Bayern, because I
Did you wish?
respect him so
Let
much.
me ask you, did you wish that Fabregas played for United?
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay, okay. At least
Fabregas, Alonso, those are players that I wanted. I didn't want Lampard. I don't understand what the cry about Lampard was for. I don't want it. But maybe because he scored goals. Because goals wins you games, but
yeah. Okay.
let's talk about Zerbi now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
That guy's a joker.
the why do you say that?
Because his team is struggling right now and he's crying. And the reason why he's crying is more because he knows that there are a lot of openings coming up next season. So he feels like if he cries now, they'll be like, oh, he's not happy at Brighton. Then maybe you come and pick him up. So he's sending out smoke signals, SOS. Come and save me. Crazy guy.
No,
and it's funny because if he goes to a big club, that guy's gonna flop. He's gonna flop.
you think so?
Yeah, because the way he's playing right now, it's very difficult to have top players play that way consistently or together that way. So except maybe he wants to mix top players with average players, then yes. But you cannot be that expansive. You cannot be so open at the back because you want to pass around. They're very good at that. They're very good at passing the ball. They're also they're press resistant, all those kind of talk. But in the end, you need your players to put the ball in the back of the net. You need them to defend properly. So, I mean, maybe I might be wrong. He might be successful somewhere else, but I just doubt it. But it's fine. Like, let him go. Everybody likes good things now. Yes, he has spent how many seasons at Brighton? 1 season, right? It was season, yeah.
Season and a half, yeah.
Season and a half, yeah. You have to go and chop money. Go to a big club and chop money. Because when I saw that interview, I was like, this guy, please.
Yeah, well, I mean, I like the way he coaches. I like the way he sets his team up. They've had a lot of injuries this season. So again, I still feel like the players available to a coach affects deeply how his ideas and tactics are implemented. So, but I mean, we'll see. I don't know that he's a great coach yet, but I think he has the potential to be. I think he has the potential.
All of them are disappointments. All of them, all these new generation managers, like it's crazy. It's the same old guys that are still winning. Do you know how crazy that is? There's nobody from that generation that's trying to win.
Arteta,
that's disappointment. Arteta has won what? What has Arteta won?
FA Cup.
Please stop calling FA Cup. I talk about leagues. I talk about Champions Leagues.
He's going to win this year now.
It's the same Ancelotti. It's the same Pep. The same old people.
Wait,
Mourinho is still there. Mourinho is still having mouth. Like, do you know how crazy that is? Mourinho started coaching way before Twitter, and he's still there. Ancelotti is still there. Ancelotti has been there since way back. Like, come on now, come on.
Anyway, that's fine. That's fine.
It's crazy. I'm pissed because let's have something like all this. They came and say, "Oh, there's a new style of playing football, progressive, expansive, yada yada yada." Okay, show working. All you can show me is your possession, your passing accuracy. That's what you can show me. What I use that one do?
You sound pissed. All right, really quickly. Your thoughts on the City Arsenal game? Let me start off. Let me start off.
Okay.
So in 2015, I think 2014-2015 season, right? This was the season before Leicester. By then, City were already they already had a lot of money. They had all these big players, and they used to beat Arsenal then. And I remember we were going to
everybody beats Arsenal now. Everybody beats Arsenal.
Oh my god!
Just to come and say they do stuff.
Etihad. We're going
even
to
United,
Etihad.
Liverpool will come.
We're going to Etihad then, and then Wenger, who never used to play defensive, sit back, counter. We played that at Etihad and we beat City 2-0. And I remember thinking to myself, like, why wasn't this the strategy when we would play all these other big teams? Like, why would we go and say we'll match them to punch for punch, and then they'll end up beating us? Yeah, and then they end up beating us. So I'm glad Arteta had the foresight and the bravery, courage to.
It's courage.
It's courage because it's courage to do something that, first of all, you're not used to doing,
good,
and goes against what I won't say what you stand for, but because I mean, if there's one coach that does not play, or based on the way his team has been playing, number of goals scored, yada yada yada, is Arteta on this current Arsenal team. We don't play back the boss, everybody behind the ball type tactics all the time. But I'm glad that he has shown that if we need to, we can put in such a performance and get a very, very good result. I think it's necessary for big games like this in the league as well as Champions League. And I think, given what I've seen, I can 99% say we're going to beat Bayern Munich and
Okay.
qualify from Champions League.
I
Thank you
love
very
that.
much.
I love that. Anyways, I don't want to talk about Champions League today, but that game against City, as I said earlier,
You love what
I
you
would say,
saw. You love what you saw.
I didn't like what I saw. I respect the decision to do that. I get that it was a ball fest. That's one of the things like you don't as a football club at some point you don't care about entertainment. You have to at least not lose to your greatest opponent to the title. So if you can take off, it's more like taking off 2 points off City than losing 2 points, in my opinion. So I would say I respect that and I understand that play. I get that 100%. And you guys did what you needed to do, which I don't understand why Arsenal fans think everybody's asking them questions. It's because of what you guys have said in the past. As I come to want to talk about you. If you were like in Newcastle now, or let me say Liverpool, not Liverpool, let me say Liverpool, yes. Nobody will have said, oh, you guys packed the balls, yeah. But because Arsenal fans have always, gone on that tirade of, oh, you have to come out, you're a big club. I mean, it's one of those things. I appreciate it. I get it. It's just ridiculous that in 9 games you guys have not beaten them at home. You scored only 2 goals and they scored like almost 100 goals against you guys. Ridiculous. I had Olu. Olu was trying to have a cop out like, oh, I need to look for what he said word for word. It was like, oh, Arsenal is the first team to stop City from scoring this season. I'm like, are you don't you feel you sound don't
No,
you
no,
sound
not this season show in 57 games at the Etihad.
that sounds ridiculous. Like, who cares about that? You're talking about yourself. Like, yes, granted, if you look at it in that line, makes sense. But there's a particular history that is supposed to be there's a context. Because if you guys are beating them maybe 5 out of 10 games or maybe 5 out of 15 games, right? This will make sense that you're the first team to stop them from scoring. But you guys have not beaten them in 9 games and you scored only 2 goals against them. They scored almost 100 against you. But because you guys stopped them from scoring in 56 games, you want to now use that as a cop out. That's ridiculous.
But that's what United fans did when we went 47 unbeaten, and I was sorry 49 unbeaten, and you
To
guys
stop you
were
guys
the one.
from
You guys were the ones that
yes.
ended. So why can't we
That's
have this?
different. That's
How?
different because we've beaten you guys before that game.
Oh
So it's
my
not like
goodness.
you lost to Arsenal in like 15 games and finally stopped them from
We've
winning.
beaten City too. So what are you
I'm
saying?
talking about in their house. In their house.
And
You
I'm
scored
saying
only 2 goals.
we've beaten the. That's look again. Let people enjoy things that make
No,
them
no, no,
happy.
no problem. No problem. Like and I'm saying this because Olu and some Arsenal fans have always come to my DMs or my messages to say big enough stats about how United has played poorly. And I don't talk because I accept that okay, we are bad. But when it's not your turn, you guys have to be giving up excuses. And I always come out and say, I do not agree. I do not accept that excuse. But it's fine. You guys had 1 point. You went back to your winning ways against who did you guys play? Luton?
Luton, yeah.
Luton. Yeah. You won 2-1.
Two
That's fine.
zero. 2-0.
Or is
Clean sheet.
2-0. Okay, clean
Yeah.
sheet. No problem.
Yeah.
You guys won that one, which is fine. I'm happy for you guys.
And we're top of the league right now.
Congrats.
You sound pained. Why?
No, I'm not paying. Congrats now. Congrats.
Top of the league. Can Sheffield do me a favor?
You guys have a long way to go. Have a long way to go.
Do you think let me ask you this really quickly. I know we're running out of time. What are your top 4 predictions quickly?
I cannot be saying, guys, don't ask me these questions because I've said it many times. I've said it many times. I'm not answering that question. Next. Next.
Okay, well, that's
United is going to face City. Sorry, Chelsea today
Chelsea.
after this recording.
Yeah,
That should be an interesting game.
I
I'm sure
think
everybody expects.
Chelsea will win. Chelsea will win.
I mean, I'm surprised if Chelsea wins, but United might just nick it because,
No,
or it might just end up as a draw.
as a draw,
Yeah.
that's what Chelsea's used to anyway, right?
They've drawn United in a lot of games in the past, like 10 games, so it's not.
Yeah.
I think we've drawn like 5 already, so nothing new. They're both average teams on the table. So two mid-table teams playing. So
I'm surprised
nothing.
that this is the case. That you're an honest man now.
Anyways, let's end the show. We've had a lot of talk today.
Yeah. So
We're supposed
predictions.
to very quickly start quickly just for the next weekend. That's an interesting weekend.
Yes.
Let's go. Let's go.
All right. So, whoops. Let me just put up the schedule. So Saturday, first game, Palace City.
City,
Yeah, City. Villa, Brentford. That's a good one.
Villa should win.
Yeah, Villa too. Everton, Burnley.
Um, I see a draw.
I see a Burnley win actually. Fulham, Newcastle.
Newcastle, because I don't know what's wrong with Fulham this time around.
Yeah, that should be a Newcastle win. Luton, Bournemouth.
Bournemouth.
Wolves, West Ham.
West Ham.
Brighton, Arsenal.
Arsenal.
United, Liverpool.
Draw.
Liverpool. Sheffield, Chelsea. Liverpool emphatically, actually.
Chelsea.
Unfortunately, I want United to win, but I can't count on you guys. Chelsea. Then
Chelsea.
Spurs first.
I see a draw.
Spurs. Okay. And with that, we've come to the end of today's show. Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, thank you all for listening. We'll catch you guys next week.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Bye.